or is it just me?
I can go next.
Mhm.
Okay.
They paused me. This book was boring as fuck. It was
Mhm.
like all the parts were there, but none of it. And I kept waiting because all of the parts were there, and I was like, "Oh, it's gonna get better. Like this, it's gonna get better. Like
Right.
there's something here." It just never fucking got better. It was like so boring. It made no sense. You know when Seinfeld was like, "Oh, it's a show about nothing," but it was about something. This book was literally about nothing.
Yeah.
Like it just was about nothing at all. I was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay." The funniest part of me is when Mickey had sex with himself and his girlfriend. I was like, "Oh, okay."
That was pretty.
And that was it.
That
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 was
was.
so
But
weird.
It was
like,
weird,
you know,
but I liked it.
it could have been funny, it could have been sci-fi, it could have been something, and it just landed nowhere. It
Yeah.
landed not even in between, nothing. It was just like, "Oh, okay." And I'm genuinely so confused at how they're gonna make a movie out of this. I actually went and looked at the trailer, and it's so weird. It like doesn't. I don't even want to watch the movie because the trailer looks fucking stupid too. And I was just like, it, there is no way that this book can be a movie with what it has. So the movie's gonna be so far off. Like I don't even care. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
They had
it
to
was
like
just like yeah, like the whole bomb. Like I'm telling you, like all of it individually could have been the plot of something really good, but it just never came to fruition. It was just like,
yeah.
oh, okay. Like we just skip past it. I wanted to learn about natalism. Like there was just like a bunch of stuff, like and it just nothing fucking happened. It literally
Yeah.
nothing happened. Oh shit. It was so weird. It was so weird.
Yeah. The bones
And
were
it's like
definitely
I like
there.
blue balled you the entire time because you'd get to a point where you're like, oh, it's gonna be interesting. And then it just stopped being interesting. And I was just like, what the fuck? So that's all I really have to say. I'm glad
Yeah,
it was
because
short. I'm glad we pushed through because I would have been fucking miserable if we had to like stop
yeah.
and I had to fucking read it more.
Because the concept was good. That's why I had such
Yeah,
high expectations for
yeah,
it. But then when he started
yeah.
complaining about his job, like, oh, I'm an expendable, poor me, nobody cares about me. You literally signed up for it. You can't be mad that people expect you to go out and die and just regenerate or whatever. Like, you can't be mad about that.
Oh
Like, at
fuck.
the end, he's like, I quit. That's it. No repercussions. Like they were talking the entire book about how they need to like be careful with the stuff they have, right? The resources they were um, rationing all of them, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, I quit." So now they just have an extra person without any function. So what's the point of it? It doesn't make any sense.
I like nobody else made sense either. Birdo's
Mhm.
character, Mickey 8, Cat, like it just and like I'm saying, like it could have been like The Martian. It would have been interesting. We could have known
Yeah,
about something. It could it could have been like the one with the potatoes. We could have been, they're trying to figure it out or whatever. Hail Mary. But
yeah,
nothing. Like, it was a whole
nothing.
lot of nothing. It's like you had every opportunity to turn it into something. It could have been just fucking funny. It could have just been humorous, but it didn't even do that.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, and also the women were so poorly written. Like, I think it
Oh,
was
yeah.
worse by the audiobook because the narrator did not do a good job of like conveying their voices that well. They sounded so stupid. Like Nasha, she's like, "Oh my gosh, Mickey, you're so cute."
Yeah.
No, it was so dumb. Who
She
talks
doesn't
like
want to
that?
deal with the blowback. The blowback is me. Girl, fuck off.
Mm-mm.
I'm telling you, the fucking funniest part was that they had sex together.
That was funny. When I finished The Martian, I was like so excited to see the movie. But finishing this book, I don't even care for the movie. Like,
No.
okay,
No.
it's out there. I don't care if the book
Yeah.
is this bad. Like, I don't know how they salvage that.
Yeah. And then I don't know if you guys seen the trailer, but if you look at the trailer, it's just like it's so far off from what we read. I'm just like, okay, yeah. Anyways, Mickey himself, like, he had the opportunity to be funny. He had
Mhm.
like there was like a little bit of like, okay, self-deprecation, maybe a little humor, maybe a little personality built, nothing. It was just kind of like, okay, he's like nerdy, but like not in a useful fucking way.
Yeah,
Okay, he's like, what is it? Like when you think about death all the time? When you're like, not morbid. I don't know. He was like, what the fuck? You see, I'm losing brain cells. It's my drive. Anyways, it just like if everything fell flat to me. The characters fell flat to me. The plot fell flat to me. Like everything was just like, oh, okay.
yeah. It
It
was
was just
disappointing. It had potential, but wasn't executed that well.
yeah. And I don't know if it's because I was looking, and I don't know if that's like judgment from like the little plot variables that I saw. Like I said, like it could have been The Martian, it could have been Project Hail Mary, and I saw that and I was like, okay, like I wanted to go one of these ways, and maybe I was like holding it to that standard because like the
Mhm.
premise of it was there. Maybe that's like on me, but it just like it wasn't even funny though. I was just like, oh,
Mhm.
okay. Yeah, I don't know. So that's all I have to say.
My experience with it was different from you guys, like very different from you guys, but at the same time I like mostly like arrived to the same place because you know how like I never watch trailers. I've seen this trailer like several times cuz like I just happened to
Oh,
watch it one day cuz I was like couldn't be bothered to like do my headphone thing. And then since then I've seen it several times cuz it's like been in the theaters a lot. And so I had extremely low expectations of this book. I was not thinking
well,
Martian. I was not thinking even remotely because as you've seen on the trailer like it's not that's not what it is. It's not trying to be Martian. It's not trying. It's like slapstick funny kind of but set in this world, you know what I'm saying? So it's just not.
slapstick funny.
Yeah, no, I know. I found humor in like some of the situations, but like the dialogue was like pretty much never funny, and whenever he was talking to himself I thought that was like the worst part of the humor.
Mhm.
I think it was like I think those are the moments where it was supposed to be the most funny. It was like the author was like trying really hard for them talking to each other to be like funny banter, but it was pretty bad. But yeah, so my expectations were like super low. So I was actually kind of like pleasantly surprised that it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't very good. uh, it just wasn't very good. Like pretty much everything you guys are saying are like is like valid, except I think I was expecting even worse. I was like fully never expecting this to be anything like The Martian or Hail Mary because that's just I don't think that's what this guy does or is, or he's probably just not good enough for it, frankly. I think the only thing that I really kind of appreciate about this book is the I thought the science was pretty interesting. Like you guys said, like the bones,
Mhm.
it had good bone, like such a good structure to be like pretty darn interesting. It's just like a shame that it wasn't like executed very well. Like I appreciated the fact that I guess I don't read that many sci-fi novels or watch that much sci-fi stuff, but they said very early on that they had like nearly unlimited energy,
Mhm.
and everything sci-fi that we like believe will never happen, it's because we don't have enough energy. And so
Mhm.
in like putting up that premise that they have like unlimited energy to use, I'm like, yeah, we could probably do all of this stuff one day. Like, totally makes
Mhm.
sense. Except I just don't think we'll ever have that enough energy. I don't think it's like maybe like probably like not physically possible, so it won't happen. But the fact that they like threw that out there was good. But yeah, the characters were pretty boring. The women were written really, really badly. Uh,
Mhm.
I thought Kat was written better than Nasha, but they were both
Yeah.
still bad. But Kat was like at
Yeah.
least like better, and then like when they were talking, sometimes it was like okay-ish, but like I don't know. It was her like betraying him didn't really make that much sense to me. I don't know. He got a chance to like talk to the aliens. That could have been super interesting, but they literally just
Exactly.
skipped over that.
Exactly.
Like that was like such a good moment for like it to be kind of cool, but we didn't
Yeah.
see any of that. Uh,
I think what pissed me off the most too. Oh shit, there's a bicycle. I'm so sorry, my man. I'm so sorry, girl. Um, was that like in the beginning of the book? Sorry, Darren, I cut you off, but I
it's
just
okay.
remember in the beginning of the book, he's like, "You might wonder why somebody's in my situation. It's not because I'm depressed. It's not because I'm money trouble." And then it finds out it was money trouble. So why the fuck did he even say that in the beginning of the book? Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I was like, "What the fuck?" And that pissed me off, and that just like put me on the wrong foot starting off.
yeah, that was pretty weird.
Anyway,
It really did have like certain concepts that really tickled my mind. Like for example,
yeah.
the
Tons, I thought.
biocycle machine,
Yep.
like you just break it down into its individual
Right.
atomic
Which would take
components
an
and then
insane amount of energy, but they
right,
have it. And
that's pretty
so,
cool.
yeah, that is really, really cool. I agree.
And also I was thinking, oh, if we had cloning in this world, Elon Musk and Jeff
Oh my
Bezos
god.
would have a field day. No more employees, just drones and clones to just work their
Yeah.
stuff. And like, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
True.
that was pretty cool too. And what was it? The ship paradox that the was it thesis? I don't know. Some Greek guy.
Yeah.
He went out on his ship, and then he had to
McLaughlin?
replace every part, and it came back and it had none of the original components. So was that the original ship or not? I think not. What do you guys think? Because I don't think that Mickey was the same person. There was a huge difference between 7 and 8. I don't think it was the same person. What do you guys
Yeah.
think?
Um I that was a really interesting
Mm-hmm.
question. I agree. Like and they did. It's not like they didn't explore it, and they explored it
Yeah,
a tiny bit, and the way they explored it was even okay. But like that, I think that fundamental question was like one of the coolest things to be asking yourself. Uh,
agreed.
Yeah.
I I
Oh
I
my
don't
god, they're
know.
back.
I almost want to believe that it would be the same person, but they portrayed it as not. And so
Yeah.
it like forced me to believe that it wasn't. Cuz in my mind existentially, I know about that ship. I've known about it for a long time. I think it's the same ship. But now this book made me think it's not, but I don't think for like good reasons. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I think it was just sort of yeah, I don't know. But it was cool. That was a really cool thing to just be thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
The natalist concept makes sense that a lot of people were protesting this. That makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched Severance?
No, I heard
No.
it's good though. Is
Bro,
it?
it's so good. They just had the second season come out. It's quite good. You should watch it. And it's
What is it about?
wildly different, but it explores this same concept of like do they each have a soul? Are they each actually different people, or are they the same person? I won't say any more than that because
Yeah.
it's like a wild show. You should watch it. But I think that's a very cool, interesting concept. I don't know. Uh,
Interesting.
yeah. Mm, yeah, I guess there's not too much more to say. What are you guys rating?
One.
Dang.
I'm gonna give
One,
it a two.
I wanted to give it one, but then it did have certain concepts that made me think about
Yeah,
it
I don't think
quite a
it's
bit.
so
So
horrible.
yeah,
Yeah, to deserve a one, but it doesn't
yeah,
deserve much
That's a
more.
two.
yeah. So two is fair. I
I
think I
think
did already rate
think
it
I'm gonna
two.
do that thing where like I'm gonna give it a two and then I'm gonna write in 2.5 because it had I because
Ooh.
I really did want it to be a lot better, and I think it could have been a lot better. Just
It could have.
not executed very well.
Yeah. Oh well.
But that's interesting. Like in
I'm
my
so
I never
curious about that.
yeah
Sorry,
I
go ahead.
never at all as I was going into this I was so not expecting Andy Weir. I was so if I had been I would have been angry. It's like I can
Yeah,
understand
fair.
why you guys were angry. So like yeah uh yeah.
That has kind of become my standard now for
Yeah,
That's a
sci-fi.
bad.
sci-fi.
That's so bad.
Yep.
You you so bad.
I think that's why I was disappointed. I honestly think that's why I was disappointed. Is because we've read such good sci-fi books. It's like
Mhm.
that's what I wanted. You know what I mean? Like
Sure,
I wanted
sure.
all of it. I wanted it to be like that. It
Yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah. But I've also read this book called Dark Matter, which is also another book, a sci-fi book that I really like. That also like got my wheels turning. So yeah, I was thinking maybe it could be like that also, but no, it was not. It tried to be Andy Weir, but
It did.
no, it did not.
Yeah, yeah. You just saying that made me think. Have you guys seen that movie Annihilation? I think was it Natalie Portman that was in it.
Oh no.
That was a very good and very interesting movie. I wonder if that has a book because I would like to read that book. I wonder if it's good. Hmm.
I do not know. Wait. So go back. What is Severance about? Is it like
The
you know
main
what?
the main core concept is you take a job, they implant something in you, and when you like walk into work, you become a different person, a different version of yourself. Your memories don't split between themselves. It's kind of like you going to sleep. Like as soon as you walk in, your version of yourself will just remember you walking out instantly. Like the 8 hours just go by instantly.
Oh,
And
damn, I wouldn't mind that.
and then right, but then with it starts getting weird when you start thinking of the fact that that means that your work self is a new person and never sees anything but work.
Oh,
Yeah,
Which self I
yeah.
like better. Wait. Do they know each other? Oh my god.
Well, they
Like I
can't.
can't.
You can't know each other because you can't. You're
Okay,
severed.
but like, what if?
oh, it's two
What if
separate
like
people.
what if I see a work person outside of work when I'm not my work
You
person? Do
wouldn't
they know
know.
it's me?
Yeah, neither one of you would know each other because.
Can I honk at this guy? Move, bitch!
Oh, I just realized I
Sorry.
can stop